So I had started filming this, and I forgot to delete the previous video that I made on my phone, so that it ran out of space. Start all over. So today I am wearing a Betty and Veronica t-shirt dress. It says Girls Rule on it, and then in the back, oh god, it's kind of see-through the dress, so I had to put white shorts underneath. But it says Archie drools on the back, because he does. Lord have mercy. So I'm on my desk. Because honestly, this is a better backdrop than when I was on the floor. So I have to make it so that there's never anything on my desk when I get on here, or else I just have to displace everything. Honestly, today's cleaning day anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so the first portion, because in this video I'm going to show you my Archie comic things outside of like the merchandise that I got from Betty and Veronica, and then and then I'm going to talk a bit about shows that I feel like shouldn't exist. Well, one show that definitely shouldn't exist, the other show I haven't decided whether or not it should exist, but I'm not going to even bother to watch it to see whether or not it should exist. For starters, my 3 top 10 favorite Archie Comics characters is number 1, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 2, Forsyth Pendleton Jones, aka Jughead, and then 3rd, Veronica Lodge. So of course, these people are going to be the main ones on the things that I've owned. So for starters, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. I think it's Schultz. It's Jeff Schultz. He did specific Archie Comics Collections, I believe. But he's an artist for Archie Comics. I met him at Boston Comic Con because my mom wanted to go see Jason Momoa. So of course I went. I saw his table, and I went back because at first I was like, I'm not sure if I want to buy it because I'm not working right now, I'm poor. But I always do this thing where, like, if I'm about to leave and I feel like I'm going to be really upset if I don't have that thing, I just go back and I get the thing. It's not like I go out much anyway. I really overestimate just how much money I actually spend. I'm still dying. How's that? But here's the hand drawing he did of Jughead, and he signed the bottom, and he put it in a protective sleeve. I didn't really talk to him that much because when we were about to leave, and 2, I'm shy, so I kind of just said thank you, and I scuttled away. And here, what I had done in the video that I was just recording, normally I have them sitting there in order, but it's spooky time, so Sabrina goes in the front. But volume 1 is this one right here, and it basically just introduces you to modern day Jughead and modern day Jughead's mind. See, he has a smartphone and everything. Boop. And he is asexual in this. They haven't really said for sure if he's aromantic yet, I don't think. In the first few pages, they introduce him as what he is, because if you didn't know, Jughead's asexual and never has not been, ever. Never has he ever. That's never been a thing. That doesn't exist in like any universe. That's never been a thing. Ha! And normally I cover my mouth when I cough, but I'm here by myself and it's cleaning day anyway, so leave me alone. This is my favorite color for obvious reasons. If you're just listening to me 2 seconds ago, that Sabrina is my number 1 favorite, and then Jughead is my second. So my 2 favorite right here. They even have Salem on the cover right here, but this Salem is a different Salem in comparison to this Salem. I like both of them. And this right here is Hot Dog. So it got Salem and Hot Dog, and it got Sabrina and Jughead. That best cover. And in this one, Sabrina and Jughead, they actually go on a date. I actually ship the 2 of them, but it doesn't go out very well. Jughead is not always aromantic. There's been plenty of times to which he wasn't aromantic. He's dated a black girl in a wheelchair before. He had a crush on some girl when he was a little kid, which was a part of their explanation as to why he didn't want to date anyone, because he was still hung up on the girl he had a crush on when he was a little kid. But but there are plenty of arcs to which he is just aromantic and asexual. He don't want to touch nobody. But there's never been a point where he wasn't asexual. So volume 3, which is the latest one, I believe. Oh crap, I gotta buy. So part of my collection is also going to be Betty and Veronica's crossover with the Gotham City Sirens. I just don't have that book yet, but this just reminded me just now that I have to buy it to read it. I'll get it soon. I'll probably get it by the end of the month. It depends on what my paycheck looks like, because I was out of work for 3 days straight. Honestly, I shouldn't have been scheduled for work 3 days. I shouldn't be scheduled the way I am at work. Anyway, so volume 3 of Jughead, Sabrina accidentally makes it so that people fall in love with Jughead, and then Jughead has to run away for his life. All he wanted was food from a concert, and that was it. That's all he wanted, but okay. Jughead never really catches a break. But yeah, so the spoopy cover goes in the front. But still spread it out a little bit. Yeah. And then this is my Sabrina, the first decade of Sabrina's existence is in this book. Well, Sabrina's existence as having her own comic book, Sabrina's existence. Because if you didn't know, she comes from 1962. Jughead, and Archie actually come from the late 1930s, but they weren't released as, like, people until, 1941. But, like, them in development was late 1930s. They wanted to start a superhero comic book, to go against, you know, comic books like Batman and such, because that's what was popular. Instead, they made a gossip type book. I should do a video on that. But I need to do that full out, like, not just me talking. Like, I have to have the little clips and the voiceover and everything, and that takes space on my phone. I know how to edit like this, and if you see, like, my other videos, I don't edit like this. I can edit like this. I just don't have the capacity to edit like this, like technology-wise, because it takes up a lot of space on the phone. Because that's all I really have to record, but I'll figure it out. Death. Yeah, this is Aunt Hilda. She's nothing like in the 90s cartoon. 90s TV series. There has been 2 cartoons for Sabrina the Teenage Witch that I know of. It is not just the one that we had. Well, if you're a younger millennial, it's not the ones that we had. It was the one that my mom actually had back in the 60s, well, 70s, early 70s. She had her own cartoon, which showed the original Aunt Hilda. I like both. I have more of a personal connection with her aunts in the 90s version, because that's the first time I saw Sabrina, and also because they have more of a personality instead of just how she is here. And that's it, other than the things that I owned from B&V, the Betty and Veronica brand, which I own several things of. But I will do a separate video on my B&V collection and humble brag about the fact that they featured me on their Instagram story page. Now on to, what time is it? Okay, on to the thing. I think the CW just shouldn't exist anymore. I think they lost their right to exist. I'm trying not to just full out say things like that because I want to be in the entertainment industry, and I don't want to be blacklisted just because in a YouTube video one time I said that I hope that the CW chokes. But I hope the CW chokes. And, you know, I mean, it's not surprising. Let me not drag them for filth. I'm just being petty because I just don't like Riverdale, like, at all. I don't think that drowning a black dude is feminism. I don't think that child pornography is edgy. I don't think any of that is anything. And you're like, huh, Shanti, what, huh? That's my real name. What is that? What does that, huh? What does that have to do with anything? I don't feel like breaking all that stuff down. There's plenty of people that have already done this already. That thing makes me so angry that if I see a cast member of it, I start to get a headache, and then I'm annoyed for the rest of the day, and I have to tell myself not to let something stupid get me this angry, but that show gets me really angry. So like, don't mention it to me, like, ever. Like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. If you see me in like future Archie Comics videos, don't mention that to me. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, not today. Not today, sir. Not today. Like, it pisses me off. Like, I'm not here for it. And not only that, but like, how do you turn Cole Sprouse ugly? Like that dude looked haggard. How did he age so quickly? Starting that show, he just went downhill. He was like on the path of being like 90s Leonardo DiCaprio, and now he looks like a crackhead. Like, he's a mess. This is a mess. This is a bad time, and I hope he has many regrets, because he deserves those many regrets, because everyone on that show deserves regrets. I want it to die. And then there's a new Sabrina the Teenage Witch show that's coming up that isn't based out of the mind of a Phoebe-Files. It's just... See, how are you supposed to get into the entertainment industry when you're so angry? The new show is based off of actual Archie comics. It's not a director that says that he hates Archie comics, so he doesn't base anything off Archie comics except for the names. It's someone who actually took it from the comic books directly, and you know, it's the spoopy version of Sabrina. I don't even care how accurate that show is. I'm not gonna watch it just for the sake that some of the people that worked for Riverdale are working on that show, and so I don't trust it, so I'm not gonna watch it, and I'm not gonna support it, and it doesn't exist. Like, it's just dead. Like, Riverdale is dead. Like, none of the people involved actually exist. It's just a figment of people's imaginations, and so does the new show that's coming out. Like, it doesn't exist. And you know what? I'd be excited for the new show if it wasn't for the fact that the other show exists. If the other show didn't exist and it wasn't associated with the new show, I'd be, oh, wow, the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch show. Ain't this interesting? And it's going to be a spoopy version of her. That's interesting. Nope, I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it. I'm in protest. I'm Patty. I'm not doing it. Y'all can watch it, but don't talk about it to me. I have a friend who has the same sentiment, and she's the only one that understands me. But don't take it to heart too much that I'm not going to watch this new show, or don't take it to heart too much that I hope that Riverdale doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's never been a thing that has ever happened in the history of ever. I have the book on the history of ever, and there's no chapter that says Riverdale, so it doesn't exist. Don't take that too personally. Just don't talk about it to me. Like, I'm just gonna get real irritated. Like, don't do it. Like, it makes me really mad for, like, deep socio-political reasons that isn't just SJW nonsense. Like, this is my major. Like, there's things in this show that are horrible to show to children or to any human being ever. A lot of the cast members are trifling. Like, I'm not doing it. And it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, man. I'm just weird, you know. I'm just weird, man. Yeah, no, I don't do that. Not in this house, homie. Maybe there will be one day to which Archie Comics makes the proper comeback that they were obviously trying to make, because they made a comic book series to go along with the CW show. But the problem is that the people who watch the CW show don't read. So, of course, they don't pick up a comic book when they go to Newberry Comics. I'm just angry. If you watch that show and you do read, just... how come you didn't read what you should read? And the fandom makes me tired because they send racially driven hate, death threats to black female cast members of characters that actually do date Jughead originally. I mean, she was in a wheelchair last time I checked, and she wasn't a gang member, but you know, us black people in our gangs, man. I hate everything. I hate absolutely everything. Like, I want to choke. Like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much for me now. Yeah, that's it. I'm probably gonna wear this outfit tomorrow, but like complete, because I'm just wearing the dress with a little belt on it. Like, I'm not actually full out dressed right now, because why would I do that? I already put makeup on my face. Also, this makeup is the ColourPop Disney Collection. Hi, how's it going? I was sad, so I bought makeup. The WB hates me. They want me to die. They're going after me. I'm scared. Yeah, no, I don't do that. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to be spoken to about that. Like, I'm legitimately serious. I will delete comments that have anything to do with, especially Riverdale. Like, I will delete them. I'm not doing it. Like, it makes me so angry. I can't do it. I can't do it. I refuse. I'm not going to do it. Nope. In fact, this is probably going to be the last time that I mention the show, unless it's me shading it later on. Like, I'm not doing it, and the only reason why I'm ranting about it is because I haven't ranted properly about the show on the internet, and I figured that this is now the time to rant properly about the show on the internet. I wanted to die, and I divorced Cole Sprouse mentally 3 years ago, which is around the time this show started, so congratulations, you're no longer married to me. How does that feel? And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It was a good 10-year run with me and you, Cole Mitchell Sprouse. But that is dead now. Especially since you're not pretty anymore. But, like, yeah. That's it. I will probably make one more YouTube video after this. When it's going to be released, I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and release this tomorrow. Because I already put up a video today. So if you have anything that pertains to nothing that has to do with Riverdale, or as we will call on this channel, the show that shall not be named, because it's Voldemort up a year, you can comment down below. I know I'm gonna get dislikes on this video because I said that I don't like Riverdale, but, like, what do you want me to do, 12-year-old white suburban girls? What do you want me to do? Become a 12-year-old white suburban girl? I can't do that. Transracial wasn't a thing. Okay, bye. That's my mini Archie Comics collection, with one book that I'm definitely getting, which is why I mentioned it, missing. I will be getting more Archie Comics things in the future. I just have priorities. The only reason why it's so small is because my family never really registered just how much I like Archie Comics, so they never really got me anything Archie Comics. Like, my sister walked in the room and was shocked that I was watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch for the 15,000 billionth time that I've seen the entire series in its entirety. And I was like, I mean, they don't really ever register the things that I like, and when they do register the things that I like, they think that it's the only thing that I like. So my family's just weird when it comes to me. Every single one of them, like, there's not one that, like, understands that there's... And then I'm also just a very quiet person, so it's kind of hard to know everything that I like if I'm never speaking. That's it. Talk to me down below. Flood me with hate comments from white suburban girls or black girls that are around my age that say, not all of the people